Hello and welcome to this week's weekly haul from Blue Justin. Still Justin, still not blue, still haven't thought of anything to say about the beard except I need to get it trimmed. Okay, let's get on with it. As usual, I'm going to try to keep it to a general order of the most recent releases and the steelbooks and special stuff near the beginning, and then my imports, except of course, and then my new stuff, and then stuff that I've been just trying to upgrade my DVDs, and finally stuff for TV programs, just continuing the series. And of course, the plan goes totally out of the window because that's not possible. Right, as we can prove now with the first item. So I have to start with an import, which is the American import of the 4K of Love and Monsters. Been hearing very good things about this film, so to grab the US 4K. I don't know whether it's going to be coming out at all here, let alone in 4K. It seems to be like a comedy coming of age thing, but involving sci-fi monsters across the earth, a bit like the film Monsters itself, only with more comedy. Hear good things, like I say. Looking forward to seeing this one. That I'm looking forward to seeing, not exactly in the same league, but a very recent release, is the US import of what do they call it? Werewolves on Wheels. As you can tell, sounds a bit silly, all about a gang of Harley riding hellions who come across a bunch of sect of satanic monks who curse them, and they suddenly end up becoming werewolves on wheels. Just sounds very silly, and I'm looking forward to watching it. This one should probably be more carried on and suited for next week's haul, because I'm getting a few martial arts movies in. This one is Raging Phoenix. It's by the same producers as On Back 1 and 2, as well as Warrior King and Chocolate. Chocolate for me is actually arriving next week, and I don't mean the confectionery. In actual fact, I believe it's got the same actress who's very much become an up and coming martial arts star in her own right, and she's in big star in Chocolate, which I think launched her into the sphere. So I'm looking forward to watching Chocolate and this one. I'm pretty sure that this one, similarly to Chocolate, does not have any English track, though that doesn't bother me because it's got subtitles, so I checked. Silly martial artsy. Wake of Death. Typically, after last week's warning that Van Damme's last decent movie was Maximum Risk back in 1996, and to watch out for his more recent stuff, I then went out and bought something that he did in 2004. I'm hopeful. Okay. It doesn't have the most original of plots. Ex-mob enforcer, aka rough type, tries to lead the simple life after retiring from the life of crime, stroke life of law enforcement, whatever, in this case life of crime, and then discovering wife brutally murdered, son disappeared. Well, guess what? He goes on the trail for vengeance and pulse-pounding and gritty revenge thriller. It's not original, but let's see whether it turns out to be any good. Nymphomaniac Volumes 1 and 2. The title might sound a little it's pure nudity. It's actually about a woman who is found beaten up in an alleyway and taken into by someone who helps them heal while she tells her life story of being a self-proclaimed nymphomaniac, thus the title. Obviously it is 18 rated and lewd, and there are some, and it's very, very long at 5 hours 90 minutes. This is the director's cut. I think it's the only, the UK for some reason appears to be for once the only place that the full uncut director's cut of this type of this film exists, which is the most odd considering how prudish the UK usually is on this sort of thing. However, don't get me wrong, the person who takes her in is Stellan, or the actor is Stellan Skarsgård, who played his roles in the Avengers, Hunt for Red October, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Ronin is the bad guy, and Thor. Similarly, you've got in there supporting cast type roles. We've got Shia LaBeouf, Christian Slater, Uma Thurman, Colin Nielsen, who was Hippolyta in both the recent Wonder Woman movies and also had a role in Gladiator. So we are not talking major down the league second-rate acting ability here. These people would not be in this if it was just for no story titillation stuff. So I'm really actually looking forward to finding 5.5 hours to see what I think without prejudging. Anyway, on to something probably easily more to prejudge. I've got a bunch of Steven Seagal movies. Yeah, I like him, whatever people say. Yes, his earlier stuff was much, much better. Then he did a lot of straight-to-video stuff. Most of this is, I think all of these are straight-to-video, but at least I know for a fact that 2 of these are ones in which they don't sneakily body double him in the fight sequences because he's getting too old to do them. He's still got the moves in at least 2 of these 3. I know that because they're upgrades from DVDs that I've got. There are 3 movies in here. The Keeper, that's an update. It's not one of his best, but it's and a lot of the plot is stolen from another one of his earlier movies that's significantly better, and I don't know whether or not they're going to make the same mistakes compared to the DVD and refer to the fact that he's going to one country and then ends up in another one. The plot all gets a bit confused, but at least he does his own fights. Then you've got Driven to Kill, which is another update for me. That one's actually not too bad, and I quite enjoyed the DVD on that one, and it all made sense. So that's good. And then you've also got Born to Raise Hell, which is a totally new one on me. So looking forward to catching up with those and seeing the new one and finding out whether it's much good. Anyway, here we go. Going back to Mr. Seagal. I don't particularly approve of the way these have been released, but this one is German release of Vengeance is Mine. Now, it is sort of a mini movie, but what essentially it is his TV series True Justice. And what they've done with it is, because each adventure is usually split over 2 episodes, is they've taken those 2 episodes, put them together, given them either a new title or the title of a single one of those episodes, and then release them as a TV movie. Instead of releasing it as series 1 and series 2, there were only 2 series, which is really, quite annoying. That's going back to the VHS days of, oh, we're going to release a couple of episodes at a time of Star Trek or whatever, and they're going to take tons and tons of space on your shelf. I don't particularly approve, but luckily you can get them quite cheaply now. What I'm intending to do maybe is to reach the end. We're getting them all, which is hard enough as it is, because some of them are only available in Germany on Blu-ray, and some of them are also available in the UK. But it's very, very tricky to get all of them. They at least are all English speaking, because they're made in English. So that's easy enough to do. This one is made up of season 2, episodes 1 and 2. And what's even more annoying in this particular case is that the German release has a different title than the English release of season 2, episodes 1 and 2, which means this one I've already got, which is very, very annoying. On the upside, this one's a slimmer case, so it'll easily fit on the shelf. Same thing, only this one is a UK release. This one is episodes 3 and 4 of season 2. And straight on to episodes 5 and 6 of season 2. I think to get any more of the episodes in season 2, I have to move on to the German releases, which I'm not willing to do yet, because the cost of importing them, the prices of the initial items are quite low, but the import costs are a little bit high now that Amazon have started charging quite a high fixed rate for package and posting. Anyway. Oh, by the way, when I did my big unboxing of the Game of Thrones box set of 4K steelbooks yesterday. It's up now, link below. Please watch it. Could I find this shirt to wear during whilst I was doing it? No, of course not. So I thought I'd wear it today for the hell of it. And talking of which, as I promised to do last week, I was getting in the AVP2, which I hadn't picked up then. I've got these random. Yeah, that's right. And this is another update for my collection. I was just updating from the DVD of AVP2 to the Blu-ray. So there we go. Yes, like as we discussed, or I discussed with you last week, the Alien vs Predator movies aren't as good as their individual franchises, sorry, but still, it's worthy of a watch in my opinion, and hopefully with the Blu-ray and a better telly now, the darker scenes will show up better. I'm hoping maybe one day we'll get a 4K of it, which will, with HDR, make the blacks blacker and make it stand out, so you can actually see even more easily what's actually going on in the fighting sequences in the dark, which there are a lot of in this film. And finally, another update, but quite interesting information on this for you. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This is the extended cut, and it's uncut now, all the BBFC restrictions have been removed on this one because it's 12 rated, unlike the previous one, which is PG. So it's extended, therefore it gets all the missing bits that explain how certain people knew certain things, more connection between the sheriff and black arts and the witch, and also the cuts, as I said, reinstated, so that's 28 seconds back. Quite a lot there, but despite this being very well priced at the moment, if you want to go out and just want to watch the film, then this is the one for you. There is another one out there which is sadly quite a bit more expensive, almost what I call full price or more for a Blu-ray nowadays, especially because it's quite a few years old now. It's got a very similar picture on the front if you're trying to identify them, except this is like the center of the picture, and around him you'll see that there's a large fireplace in the background. So basically this is smaller and in the middle of the picture, but you can see a stone doorway rather sort of thing behind. Now that one has on it, in addition to the extended cut, it has the loads of extras, which this doesn't. This is pure vanilla. The only thing you get on here is a choice of whether we've got your subtitles are on or off. The extras on the other release in the UK are really extensive. You've got 2 commentaries on there. You've got lots of featurettes. You've got interviews. You've got music video. Probably that one. Yes, I'm afraid so. And I think there's something else I can't remember. You can listen to the movie with just the music in 5.1. The only thing I would say is that if you really like the movie and you like the theatrical and the extended cuts, you have to really go for the American import, because that's the only one on Blu-ray that has the extended and theatrical cuts. The German one release does include extended and theatrical cuts, but I think it's the theatrical cut only comes on the accompanying DVD, and you only get the extended on the Blu-ray, which is the same around the rest of the world. I don't know why they're being so odd about this one, but that's just as a warning. So please be aware if you're interested in buying this film. If you're buying it for the film and that's all you're interested in, get this one. It's pretty darn cheap at the moment. If you want the extended and theatrical, you have to go to the American import. And anyway, that is it for this week. I'll be back next week with a new haul and hopefully an unboxing that's starting to stack up, and I've got some ideas for other videos and maybe a top 10 thrown in there as well. I've got time to record and edit it. These things take time, you know. And next week's releases are a bit more available and mainstream than the ones this week. They're not all filling in extras. In fact, there are less and less of those at the moment. And obviously, as I said, I'm getting that martial arts batch coming in for those who are interested. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this or got something out of this video that's of use to you, please like it, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. If you think of anybody else out there who would get something useful out of it, please share it or let them know so that they can subscribe. I do all this for you, you know, and I appreciate any feedback I can get. Thanks very much indeed, and whilst I'm gone, please still keep on enjoying the TV, keep on enjoying the movies, keep on enjoying everybody's YouTube channels that you're watching, and basically have a good life. Cheers.